So I'm Claire from the European Lung Foundation, and I'm delighted today to introduce Dr. Peter Kardos, who is going to tell us about a recent conference that he attended. So, Dr. Kardos, first, would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you, Claire. I'm a respiratory physician working in Germany in a group practice. This practice is hospital-based, so we are working with inpatients and outpatients. I am the national lead from the European NeuroCough initiative, and we are still working with different companies and performing cough studies.
Great, thank you, Dr. Kardos. So a couple of weeks ago, you attended the 9th American Cough Conference in Washington, D.C. Was there anything at the conference that would be interesting for patients to hear about?
Yes, I think the American Cough Conference is one of the most important meetings of scientists who are working in cough. We had on this conference well-known scientists from 4 continents. It is the first time that not pharmaceutical companies were there who are selling drugs mostly for acute cough, because for chronic cough there is still not a drug on the market. But I saw 4 different companies presented their cough monitors. But it's new that next year I will be able, as a doctor, to buy such a monitor, and I can myself, outside of the study setting, register cough, like we register Holter monitor, ECG, we register 24-hour blood pressure, and so on. The patient takes the monitor, comes back 2 days later or next day, and I can evaluate the results. It is probably important because characteristics of the cough can help me to diagnose the cause. It can help me to assess the severity. It can help me to assess the effect of the prescribed medication and so on. But beyond that, objective measurements are now available also for patients. You can download an app on your smartphone, and you can measure your cough over 24 hours or even longer a period. The smartphone, you can evaluate the measurements, you can upload the measurements, you can present it to your doctor, and I'm sure it will help for the treatment of the patient. Even smaller devices are partially available. You can monitor your cough with a smartwatch. A company will present a special designed smartwatch for cough monitoring only, with the same software, the same possibilities to characterize cough a bit more. It is very important to know the subjective influence of the cough on the patient, but on the other hand, objective cough measurements are also very important. There is also a 4th company offering a wearable device as big as a small package of 20 tablets. You can fix it on your chest, and you can measure not only cough, but you can measure wheezing, you can measure pulse, you can measure oxygen saturation, and so on. So I think in a few years, the cough healthcare will completely change, like it is now for the cardiologist. You can objectively measure the cough. The patient is coughing, the patient is coming to you in the cough clinic, and you see what type of cough it is. You see the time distributions and so on. I am very optimistic. It will help a lot in the diagnosis and treatment of chronic cough, which is, and we know, is not very simple and easy.
Great, thank you. That sounds really, really exciting. Tell me, did you learn anything about new medications for cough at the conference?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Never had so many presentations. It was probably 1/3 of the whole conference pipeline drug presentations. And it is very interesting that it is now acknowledged what we did know already a little bit, but it is now official, if you want to say so, that cough is not the same as cough. If you have cough, for example, in a interstitial lung disease, it is different from chronic refractory or chronic idiopathic cough. If you have cough in COPD, it is again something different. So we need many, many medications for different phenotypes of cough. The most developed drug is gefapixant, which is already approved and available on the market in Japan. It is also approved in Switzerland, and we eagerly await the approval in Europe. I think with gefapixant this year we will have the drug. A new nice study was published in patients who cough not 10 years or 12 years as in the studies for the approval, but they were patients with chronic cough more than 8 weeks, but not more than 1 year, and it is as effective as in patients who are coughing a lot more. Then we have very similar substance called camlipixant, which is now in phase 3 trial. You know, with new medicine, you have first laboratory trials, then you have the phase 1 trial. In this trial, the drug will be given to healthy persons for reasons of safety, pharmacodynamic, and so on. The phase 2 trials, if you are looking for the right dose, not too much, but enough. And the phase 3 trials, these are the big trials, 1,000 people or so, or even more. And then you can check the efficacy of camlipixant, started now against placebo. And I'm sure we will see good efficacy. Moreover, we saw that even so-called repurposed drug, if you have a drug on the market which was approved for, let's say, pain treatment like nalbuphine, this drug is now ended the phase 2 for cough in interstitial lung disease, and it was very successful. And I think now phase 3 trial will start. The safety is well known because it is a drug on the market for other diseases. And then we will have good drug treatment for cough in interstitial lung diseases, lung fibrosis. As yet, we have trouble to treat patients with lung fibrosis cough. It is probably 30% of the patients. They cough terribly during day and night, and there is not yet very effective treatment. Then I saw, for example, I can't bring you all, a new drug which entered now phase 2. This is a drug which should help you if you have chronic cough, sometimes coming up a cough bout or cough attack, and this cough attack, you can take such a pill, and it will help you for this acute cough attack. A myriad of other drugs are in preclinical studies. I am sure that in the next 10 years, we will have many new effective drugs for the different phenotypes of cough. Thank you.
Great, thank you. That sounds, again, really exciting development. So thank you very much, Dr. Kardos.